Hi friends, so continuing on from the previous tutorials in which I showed you guys how to create a simple Echo client server in Python. So in the first couple of tutorials I explained all those different statements, different lines, what it meant, and in the third one, which was the last tutorial, I created a simple script which would receive input from a client and then echo it back. However, in this one I will be teaching you guys the socket server framework. So it is kind of a simpler way of doing it. So if using the socket server module, we can easily create a server in just a few lines instead of having, like previously, I had to use many lines to receive and send and all those things. So there is a module called socket server using which we can easily create a server. So let's get started. So this is the Windows machine that I'm using, with which I will be connecting, and this is the Kali machine. So let's get ifconfig. So we can see that it has an IP address of 10.0.0.101. This is the IP address of this machine. From this machine, in here we saw that we can ping it. This is the IP address of 10.0.0.105, and in here we are pinging this. So we have connectivity. Now this is the so let me go to the desktop, nano server.py. So this is the script. It's a simple, easy one that I have created in here. So what you can do using this is just create a simple Python server. The first line, what it does is that it imports the socket server module, and then we are creating a subclass called my TCP socket handler. So this my TCP socket handler is a subclass of the socket server based request handler, and then we are overwriting this is the handle function. So it's a self function. In here we are storing in self.data the request sent. So it says self.request.receive 4096. So what is 4096 is the buffer size. So whatever the client that connects to it sends, it allocates a buffer of 4096. So once it receives, so it can receive up to this limit of 4096 bytes. We are storing it in self.data, and then we are saying that print center and then format self.client.address 0. So what this line does is that it outputs the IP address of the machine that sent the data, and then we are printing self.data. This is the object or the variable that holds the data that the client sends us, and in the end we are self.request.send all self.data. So what it does is that whatever you receive, it sends it back again. This is a comment, ignore this. If you're in Windows, you'd have to type this, I think, but in Linux it works like this. Now this is in here, I'm creating another object called server, and then this is I'm using the TCP server function of the socket server module, and this is the wildcard interface or wildcard IP, which in this case 0000 means like any IP addresses or any interfaces. What this means is that listen uh, on any address. Currently, previously I showed you this machine had an IP address of 10.0.0.1 on Ethernet 0 interface. So if this machine had multiple interfaces, or maybe it had a wireless interface, and we wanted to listen on all those interfaces, so what this 0000, this 4 zeros does is that it listens on all those ports, sorry, on all those interfaces. So if you want to listen only on one of those interfaces, it's fine. You can just type in the IP address of that interface. Uh, Besides this is the port number. In here, this shows the port number, which is 10,006. So let me change it to something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what it does is that it says listen on port number 12,345, and this is the subclass, my TCP socket handler. This is the subclass that we created in here. So in here we are using the server object that we created earlier, and we are saying serve forever. So what that means is that run indefinitely. Like when this command is executed, so what it means is that it just keep running this server until it's stopped. So let's save it and let's run it. Sorry, Python 3 server.py. So in here I'm listening to it. After that, let's connect to it. So let's go to the document. So I'm using Netcat to connect to it. So in here you can see that I have connected. So right now I'm currently connected to this machine. So let's type in something like hello. So you can see that it when we sent hello, we received back a hello from the client machine. Sorry, from the server machine. So whatever you type in, the server will echo it back. So let's come in here. In here you can see that it says 10.00.105 sent hello. So this is hello. This \n, it's a new line character. When you press enter, it's that character. So this is this line of this 10.00.105. This is the line that I showed you guys previously, that had the 0 element beside it. So it is using the IP address of it. So this is it for this tutorial, guys. This is a very simple and easy way of creating client server echo program in Python. This is, and we can easily create a socket server, or we can easily create a server using the socket server module in Python. We can do it manually, like previously in the previous tutorial I showed you guys, but in this one, using the socket server module makes it very easy. So this is it for this tutorial, guys. I will be making some modification to it in the next few tutorials and make it more useful. So like right now you can see that once you send the data, it stops and you have to connect again to send more data, or how to change the case. Like you're receiving something, and then like let's say you're receiving in lowercase, you want to send it in uppercase. So I will be adding those changes in the next tutorials. A few tutorials I will be modifying this one. So this is it for this tutorial, guys. If you have any questions, any recommendations, suggestions, feel free to put it in the comment section below, or if there is a particular topic or subject that you want me to cover, just put it in the comment section below and I'll see what I can do. So I'll see you guys in the next one.